The productivity paradox. Are your tools sabotaging your success? Picture this. It's Monday morning. Sarah, a typical knowledge worker, opens her laptop. Instantly, she is hit with a cascade of notifications. We're talking 3 different email clients, 2 project management platforms, 4 chat apps, and a calendar system spread across 3 completely different services. Before Sarah has even started a single meaningful task, she has already context-switched between a dozen distinct applications. She opens her task manager. It has 247 items, meticulously organized by priority, category, and project. Her calendar, packed with back-to-back meetings meant to improve collaboration. By 10 a.m., Sarah is completely exhausted, yet she hasn't completed anything of significance. Does this sound familiar? Because Sarah's experience is not anomalous. It represents a widespread condition affecting knowledge workers globally. Welcome to what researchers call the productivity paradox. It's a phenomenon where the expansion of tools designed to enhance efficiency paradoxically results in reduced meaningful output and increased psychological strain. Today, we are diving deep into the science of digital distraction, cognitive load, and the endless pursuit of optimization. We'll explore why having more tools often means getting less accomplished, and more importantly, how we can reclaim our focus. Let's break it down. Before we look for a cure, we need to understand the disease. What exactly is the productivity paradox? It represents a fundamental disconnect between technological capability and actual human accomplishment. It manifests as a situation where investment in technology increases without corresponding increases in measurable output. Perceived productivity, feeling busy, organizing, planning, diverges sharply from actual productivity, completed, meaningful work. Tool proliferation creates complexity that consumes more time and cognitive resources than the tools save. The search for optimization becomes a form of productive procrastination, displacing actual work. This isn't just a personal issue, it's systemic. Organizations invest heavily in collaboration tools, yet report declining deep work capability. Teams spend more time coordinating work than actually executing it, and as individuals, we feel busier but accomplish less. Why should we care? First, it crushes organizational performance and profitability. Second, it takes a massive toll on individual well-being, contributing directly to burnout, stress, and diminished job satisfaction. Third, it raises fundamental questions about how humans interact with technology. Let's find out how to fix it. Since the Industrial Revolution, technology has been synonymous with productivity, but in the digital age, that relationship has become more complex. In 1987, economist Robert Solow identified the Solow paradox. Despite massive IT investments, productivity growth remained flat. This forced us to rethink how technology actually works. Researchers now look through 3 lenses: synergy between tools, direct enhancement of tasks, and the paradox of hidden costs and barriers to adoption. A major factor is digital multitasking. The constant switching between apps and notifications creates an immense cognitive load that our brains aren't designed to handle. Every interruption incurs a cognitive switching cost. When resources are divided, memory becomes overloaded, leading to fatigue and impaired decision-making. The prefrontal cortex can't maintain deep focus during constant context switching. We experience this as busyness, but it often fails to produce high-quality output. Understanding these neurological limits is the first step toward overcoming the productivity paradox in our digital world. The digital distraction deluge. Those notifications aren't accidents. Modern productivity apps are designed to capture your attention. They are engineered interruptions. Each ping triggers an orienting response, an involuntary shift toward novel stimuli. Today, it serves developers, not users. The math is devastating. Research shows workers are interrupted every 11 minutes, and it takes 23 minutes to fully return to the original task. In an 8-hour workday, this leaves minimal time for focused work. We're stuck on an optimization treadmill, chasing the perfect tool. We believe the right tool will unlock productivity, but as tools add features, they become complex, increasing cognitive load, while master benefits decline. Modern workers use 5 to 15 apps daily. Moving between them requires context switching, a disorientation that carries significant cognitive costs. There's a difference between output and the appearance of productivity. We call it productivity theater, feeling productive without producing meaningful work. This creates a complexity spiral. Multiple tools require coordination, leading to meta-work, work about work, rather than the actual tasks. This is why it's exhausting. Cognitive load theory suggests our working memory is limited. Distractions systematically increase extraneous load. Ever feel part of your brain is stuck on the last task? That's attention residue. It impairs performance and reduces your output quality throughout the day. Deep work requires flow, a state of absorption. It takes 15 to 25 minutes to establish flow, but minimal interruptions can reset the entire process. If you're interrupted every 11 minutes, flow becomes impossible. It's time to reclaim our attention and move beyond the digital deluge. Okay, that was heavy, but there is a way out. The solution isn't downloading another tool to fix your tool overload. The solution is behavioral and organizational. We need to reclaim our focus. Here are 3 strategic approaches you can implement right away. Strategy 1. Radical tool minimalism. Rather than adopting the maximum number of specialized tools, try this approach. Ruthless selection criteria. Adopt a new tool only if it demonstrably solves a specific, significant problem. The default position should be no. Tool consolidation. Where possible, consolidate functionality. The cognitive cost of switching between apps should be weighed against marginal gains. Resistance to feature. Creep. Actively resist new features. Does this feature enable better output or just the appearance of capability? Regular audits. Quarterly audits of your ecosystem identify apps that no longer provide value to justify their cognitive cost. Strategy 2. Intentional boundary setting. This is about protecting your time from constant digital noise. Notification. Discipline. Disable all non-essential notifications. Check email according to a deliberate schedule, not constant interruptions. Communication protocols. Establish clear expectations. Not every message requires an immediate response. Batch your communications. Deep work blocks. Schedule extended, uninterrupted time for complex work. Close communication tools and minimize interruptions. Environmental design. Physical and digital design supports focus. Manage background noise and remove visual distractions. Strategy 3. Deep work as an organizational priority. Intense focus is a capacity that needs protection. Organizations should establish default communication. Silence. Assume workers are unavailable during deep work blocks. Protect that focus time. Metric. Realignment. Measure and reward output quality, rather than just responsiveness and communication frequency. Physical infrastructure. Provide workspace options that support focus, quiet areas, private spaces, or remote work capability. Meeting minimalism. Critically evaluate meetings and eliminate those that do not require synchronous discussion. The core insight underlying the productivity paradox is that productivity is fundamentally a human attribute, not a tool attribute. Tools are enablers, but they are not determinative. Two individuals using identical tools can produce vastly different outcomes based on self-discipline and goal clarity. If you want to escape this paradox, evaluate your habits, audit your tool ecosystem, and identify its true cognitive cost. Track attention patterns. Monitor where your attention actually goes. Most individuals underestimate the time spent in distraction. Assess outcome alignment. Distinguish between activities that generate the feeling of productivity and activities that generate meaningful output. Identify vulnerability patterns. What triggers your distractions? Understanding this is key to building resilience. Ultimately, you have to prioritize meaningful work. Define what valuable accomplishment actually means in your role. Focus energy on genuinely important objectives. Accept the opportunity cost. Protecting deep work time requires accepting that responsiveness must diminish. Regularly recalibrate your systems. You've got this. Why does this paradox persist when we know it's happening? Because of organizational inertia, vendor incentives designed for adoption over productivity, and our own cognitive biases. Hyperbolic discounting makes us prioritize the immediate reward of organizing tasks over the delayed reward of actually doing them. The planning fallacy makes us think we can do it all. And since companies measure proxies like hours worked or emails sent instead of actual output, we are incentivized to perform productivity theater. But the costs are too high. It's causing burnout. It's degrading the quality of our work and decision-making. It's amplifying workplace inequality, favoring those with the autonomy to protect their deep work. It even threatens our democratic participation, which relies on the sustained attention needed to analyze complex policy questions. The productivity paradox represents a fundamental challenge of contemporary digital work environments. The mechanisms are clear. Digital multitasking creates cognitive overload, notifications interrupt focus, and tool proliferation creates meta-work. So, I leave you with this question. Are we mastering our tools, or are our tools mastering us? For most of us, the tools have achieved substantial mastery over our attention and effort. But technology will continue advancing, tools will continue proliferating, and vendors will continue innovating. The decision about whether to adopt, maintain, and allocate cognitive resources to tools remains fundamentally human. Making that decision consciously represents the essential first step toward escaping the productivity paradox. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, try scheduling just 1 hour of uninterrupted deep work tomorrow. Turn off the notifications, close the extra tabs, and see what you can actually accomplish. Would you like me to draft a customizable email template for your team? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe.